Hey, guys, it's your buddy Doom, your good old pal. So, I want to keep this real short and simple. I wrote a bunch of pages in my notebook here, and I want to talk about it. These are going to be my goals real quick. We'll get into it for the year. Rather than me typing it up as another post, I thought it would be pretty simple, but this is like the fifth video I've done, so I'll just try to keep it short and simple. Overall, I, Doom, Brady Hold, commit to loving myself. That is overarching my main goal for the year. I want to love myself. And everything I do is going to cascade from there. From what I'm doing mentally, physically, socially, career wise, it will all stem from I want to love myself. So, what can I do to help me do that? So, I have my notebook here. I am a writer. I am a comedian. I am a stand up. I'm an actor. I am doing all this stuff. So, write one page in my notebook a day. If I don't have my notebook, I'm going to write in the Kill Your Inner Loser log. If I, for some reason, don't have those, I'm going to write in my phone. Write one shitty page a day. That's it. That's my goal. Pretty simple. Write one page a day. That way I get better as a writer, I get better as a reader, I get better at reviewing and finding the nuggets. If I have 365 pages of shitty writing, I'm going to find some nuggets in there after a whole year. So that's the overarching 365. As I go through this list, it's just how I organize my thoughts from my days as being a fucking LARPing nerd, where you would put yourself into categories of physical, mental, and social. You roll the dice and see if you're getting drunk and all that stuff. So mentally, the biggest thing, I need to seek therapy. I realized that after the podcast with Andy is that I've got a lot to say and a lot to put off my chest, if not evidenced by this being the fifth video that was every other one almost 20 minutes long. So, seek therapy, enabling me to talk to a therapist, which would allow me to have a difficult conversation, especially a difficult conversation with my father, where I want to outline how he was a toxic individual in my life, in my childhood, which would sub-goal from that, cut toxic people out of my life. And sub-goal from that is to make some good friends. So, make good friends, cut toxic people out of my life. I'm going to meditate, one mindful breath a day, but I'd like to work it up to at least doing 2 20-minute sessions a day. And somewhere in the year, I'd like to do a long 3 hours meditation. It's been something of a goal of mine for a long time. Do more psychedelics. I'm going to do a few fun little trips, but I do want to do a blindfold in a dark room with a little bit of music to guide me for a therapeutic inner trip. And more reading behind spirituality, the autobiography of a yogi, there's a few other books I have somewhere on my Kindle. But yeah, anyway, so that falls in with the writing category. So that's my mental exercise. Physically, lose fat, gain muscle. Pretty simple. If you guys want to know the specifics, it's going to be diet, meal prep, intermittent fasting, just so that I can eat at my basal metabolic rate. I'm about 190 pounds right now. My lowest weight ever, 150 pounds, which means that I would like to lose about 30 pounds. 30 pounds from there. If I lose 1 pound a week, that would put me at mid-August of losing 30 pounds. So let's see how I do. To help with that, I'm going to order a PED, which is Cardarine. It's in the SARM category. I'm also more interested in PEDs, testosterone cycles. I'm going to explore that by getting some blood work done with a doctor. But as long as it's healthy and it's safe, I'd like to get into that as well. And as long as I'm really, really physically on top of my game in terms of exercise and diet, then that'll be the go-to, like, hey, go ahead. And then sleep. I want to sleep better. Might cut out caffeine sometime later in the year, but maybe not. And then also in terms of the physical category, it's not totally physical, but kind of is, but just basic grooming and fashion. I want to up my fashion game, get better clothes. I might seek out your help on this, Radical. And basic hygiene stuff too, like getting my hair, my beard trimmed, all that stuff, my nails, brushing my teeth, seeing a dentist. I'm going to explore teeth straightening options, explore teeth whitening options, and then the bad boy, fuck boy stuff behind that, get some more tattoos. I definitely have some plans in mind, but more tattoos, some earrings, some piercings. So lose fat, gain muscle, look good, dress nice. So career-wise, this is probably one of the bigger points of what I'm trying to accomplish this year is just get a better day job. I'm really sick of what I'm doing right now. And as long as it's more money and as long as it's a better schedule, those are my key things to do. And I got to be able to do my comedy at night, and I got to be able to find time to write. And as long as it's my 1 page a day, I'll be all right. But I really want to push myself in terms of my comedy career as well, which is doing comedy as much as possible, as fueled by my writing 1 page a day. And in terms of my comedy career, how can I help myself as much as possible? I'm going to produce my own stand-up comedy show. And not just like I was with my open mic this last year. I want an actual show where people pay to be there. Because when you're doing something for free, the cost, it's like people put value into the cost. So if I'm going to charge $20 to $30 for a show, I'm going to get good headliners that draw a crowd, and that a crowd being there will make me money. So produce my own show. And then beneath that, probably one of the most important aspects of being a comedian is pushing my career forward as a writer. Especially me being such a fucking movie fan my entire life, pushing my career forward as a movie screenwriter. And then if I can sell my script or get my script made into a movie, I can use that as a calling card to people to say, hey, I can write, which would get me a job as a writer on a show, get me a job as a writer, doing more writing. But basically, the dream overall would be quit my day job so I can do writing all the time, 100% of the time if I can. And then basically writing my comedy stand-up act, writing my movies, writing on shows, and that would be the thing that would keep me going. And I did a lot of writing for my YouTube channel in the past, which also, that's kind of a sub-goal in that category, is revamp my YouTube channel, get the podcasts going, get all this stuff straightened out. So it's like people want to see sketches, they're right here. They want to see podcasts, they want to see vlogs. Basically, I want them to come to my page, my YouTube, my social media, and I want them to see who I am. So that way they're not like, what is this guy? They know who I am. If they like it, great. If they don't, whatever. I'm just going to try to find the best way to present who I am. So anyway, writing 1 page a day, the goal is to like eventually keep reading books like this, the Screenwriter's Workbook, books like Story, other books that I have, some on my Kindle, about writing, and I want to write my screenplay. Because if I can write my screenplay, then I can make my movie, or I can write a screenplay that can be sold to somebody, and if I can sell somebody a screenplay, I can make money, and then I can quit my day job. And obviously, A lot of my goals in terms of my comedy career are aligned out in terms of making money, like the producing my own show, becoming a screenwriter. How am I going to do that? It's actually so daunting to me. I don't even really know. I've been thinking about taking a college course on it. Maybe I could do it online. Just keep reading these books and try to outline my script. And it's yeah, it's anyway. So and then below that, below the writing one, is audition for more commercial acting work, print work, modeling work, even voice acting work, which I really want to get into, because the idea of just going into my closet here and then setting up a microphone and a monitor and a keyboard and just talking all day is like, that would be the dream. And then I can write, and then I can just do all that stuff, do my comedy at night. But yeah, as evidenced by what I'm talking about, my daily goal of writing, I want to funnel that into my big project of writing a screenplay. And then from there, writing the screenplay, I want that to be the thing I do that eventually gets me out of my shitty day job. So I can keep doing my comedy, I can keep doing my writing, I can keep doing acting, all this stuff to make money and stay in my apartment. So lastly, but certainly not least, women. So this last year was a big one for me. With Andy's Guide, I think I slept with another like 6 women, maybe 7. Not important right now, but it really showed to me, it's like, if you put your mind to it and are obsessed with seeking out women, and not just in terms of like, hey baby, hey baby, hey baby, hey baby, you're actually trying to better yourself as a human being, and you're being real and you're being honest with them. That's the best way to go. It can happen. And when I moved to New York, I saw so many fucking hot supermodel quality women just walking around, and I'm like, how can I not talk to them? And then after completing the approach anxiety program, I found I could talk to them. There's always going to be approach anxiety. It will always exist. It's just ingrained in my being. Now, is that a bad thing? No, it just means I'm a human being with a nervous system. That's what I tell people who are nervous about acting or getting on stage. Be like, of course you're going to be nervous. You're a human being. You got a nervous system. So obviously reducing it as much as possible through exposure therapy. But now I feel really good about my day game, if that's what you want to call it. So my goal, approach 1 girl a day. That's it. Simple. Because I want to, as evidenced by all my other goals I've outlined here, I want to live a normal life. But if I see someone hot, I want to go up to them and say, hi, I know this is random. I just thought you were cute and I wanted to say hi. I'm Brady. And then just talk to them. Because it can't all be online now. I'll keep doing online. I'll keep doing Hinge and Tinder and boosting as necessary. But what I would really like is if I can find 3 solid fuck buddies that I can get into a rotation. Now, can I do anything that can actually make that happen? I don't know. But I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And if I'm not getting the results I want, then it'll be time to evaluate. But the goal for me would be to lock in at least a few girls that I can see, and that way I can kind of actually focus on the work I want to do as outlined by my goals in my career and my writing and my mental health and my therapy and all that stuff. How can I do all that stuff if I'm out there approaching 100 women a day? I think it would be appropriate, until it's like locked in, it would be great to say, hey, this hour out of the day, I'm gonna go approach women. And maybe that's my lunch break for me if I'm at work. If it's the weekend or something, I'm sure I could knock out a few extra rounds of those. But, or even just taking a whole day to devote to doing something that you know is going to have fruitful expectations. Like today, I said to myself, I'm going to be working on my writing and what I want to be doing for the next year, because taking one day like this to set up what I'm going to be doing for the next year, I think it's going to be very helpful for me. So basically, be open, be honest, do not lie, pursue my night game by doing at least maybe one night game session, 2 night game sessions a week. So that would be maybe like a Friday, Saturday. If it works out, I could do 2. Honestly, I don't even know if you really need to do a third, but yeah, do more day game. Approach in my day game at least one girl, or to do it on my lunch break for about an hour for me coming and going to and from work. I think that's pretty reasonable. Is there going to be a number like, oh, approach 5 girls a day, approach 20 girls a day? No, I'm just going to approach girls as they are in my life, try to devote time to it, but also at the same time, if like it's my lunch break and I've got a great idea to write down and I haven't written my journal that day, I'm going to be writing. It's just like, I've outlined how that's my main goal. So, and if these 3 girls can be kinky and into threesomes and into foursomes, I would love that. I would love to have girls who are into being with each other, that know I'm dating multiple women, and I just that would be the main goal. So multiple open relationships where it's completely honest, they're kinky, they're into threesomes, they're into foursomes, approaching every day just so I can keep that muscle going. But the real goal would be to get those relationships going so that I can focus back to my work. That's it, really. If I were to sum up my goal with women, it would be to stop masturbating and only fuck. So no fap, only fuck. Obviously, I'm not going to be weird about the no fap thing. I think porn is the issue. I do have a little bit of an issue with constantly reading erotica and things like that, but if I could come multiple times, if I could come every day, I would. That would just be fucking amazing. But if I only masturbate once a week, it would be that one time if, let's say, I don't have any fuck buddies. So one time a week, no porn, or only porn that I've made myself with my other fuck buddies in the past, who seem to be not contacting me right now. But anyway, I'll fucking replace her. Women. Just kidding. Anyway, I would like to use my porn or my imagination, but the real goal would be have sex at minimum once a week. But if I can't have sex, then I'll just use my imagination to jerk off. So it falls in line with loving myself. And let me just wrap it up here, because I feel that was a lot, and this is the fucking 5th video that's 20 minutes long, but I'm not going to redo it this time, I swear. To summarize it, I, Brady Hold, commit to working on myself this year with the overarching goal of loving myself. To do that, I will focus on my writing by writing 1 shitty page a day. I will focus on my mental health. I will focus on my physical health. I'll focus on my career, and I will focus on women till it reaches the point that I am satisfied with it, which would be to not focus on it, would would be the satisfaction if they're just kind of coming in naturally. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening, and I was really hoping this would be way shorter and simpler than typing up a long post, but I guess above all, I want to say thank you to everyone on the Kill Your Inner Loser forum, because this, I'm going to mark the video as private, so only you guys are going to see it, because it's the only spot I'm going to put the link. But thank you so much. I would not be the man I am today if I had not found Andy's Guide, if I had not found the writings on, Honesty by Mark Manson, if I had not had such support and encouragement from real men actively seeking to improve themselves as men and not just trying to be fuckboys. So, thank you so much, and thank you for listening, watching, and reading my log, and yeah, that's it. That's where I'm at today. So thank you so much. I'm Brady Holt.